welcome to Sitting Together. My name is Peter.
I'm Kay.
And today we're going to go straight in, Kay, because Kay's got massive news. It's finally happened. She saw the psychic medium. Oh,
Rian.
You need to tell us more.
Love it. So good. Not everyone feels the same as I do about it.
Yeah.
But I take great comfort from a lot of things. My mum was there. My dad, he wasn't there before. Really funny thing with Dad. She said, "Oh, he's making me laugh. He's really making me laugh."
Yeah.
She said, "He don't believe in this at all, does he?" I didn't know he wouldn't have done. And there was a dog, which I assume is Missy, and oh, it was lovely. And then in the cards, who should come up? In my cards. Big in my cards.
I'm scared now. What does that mean?
She could see you. They deal out cards. Oh, you pick so many, I can't remember how many, and she lays them out in a particular order.
Yeah.
And it all means something. Like the one I had was the Queen of something obscure, I can't remember what. But the one, she said, right, I've got a man here, and she started saying, I saw.
He's hot, good looking,
oh, she did.
handsome,
She said,
smart,
young.
intelligent.
Young. You can have that one.
Okay.
She said, yeah. I said, oh, that's Peter. That's Peter. And she said, oh, you're doing things together. You know, she didn't actually say business because it's not a business, is it? You do that, yeah. Oh, going to be very successful. Very successful. She said, going to be picked up by somebody big. And also on our other little thing we're doing.
Yeah.
She said, she mentioned a publisher in London.
Right, that is freaky. I don't like that. How did she know? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know. London came up a couple of times actually because Hayley came up in it a lot as well. Now Rian does know Hayley on a personal level anyway.
Yeah.
And I think Hayley's in her thoughts a lot. She must be fed up with Hayley being there all the time and people talking to her about Hayley. She said, I really need to see her because she's going to be picked up by somebody big as well.
Oh my gosh.
Hayley, I think we've said before, has her own business called Zach and Bella. So yes, it was lovely. I really, really liked it, put it that way. I felt good. Natalie went after me and she was a little on the fence. Very, a little bit sceptic.
Yeah.
But since the reading, something has come to mind that Rian did talk about that was relevant, would be right, yes. And, what Lisa's like, she just takes it all in a stride, bless her. And she's been puzzling about it since, saying, oh, anybody else have any more thoughts about this and that? And I haven't. I think all I heard and saw on that day, I didn't see obviously, was enough for me. But it was just nice.
That's quite close though, isn't it?
I know. And also...
Because we haven't revealed anything about that, other than saying we've got a project on the go.
Exactly. No, she definitely said publisher. I forgot what I was going to say now. There was something else that was really relevant to all this. Because do you remember the last time she said, whose?
Yeah, that name.
Yeah.
The name whose name we shall not mention.
Never, ever. There was nothing like that this time. There were a couple of names she said. 2 I didn't know at all. There was, oh gosh, I've got it written down. I can't remember. My brain's terrible, isn't it, for remembering things? Isn't it? Did you notice when I was filming with Bella and I said something about forgetting? She said, the receipt, isn't it? You always forget the receipt.
She was good. We have had messages about Bella actually. I haven't seen how cute she is.
Oh, she is so good. She takes it all in a stride. And she did exactly what we do, no script.
Yeah.
And she just chipped in. But what sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a tangent now. But with Zach filming...
Yeah.
Usually, Zach, if there's anything like that film, he'll hide. He's gone. But he actually I know we didn't see him.
Yeah.
But he actually spoke, and that is such a big thing for him.
Yeah.
So that was lovely as well. But yes, the psychic Rian, I love her. She's a lovely, lovely lady. How on earth she manages life with all these voices in her head,
I know.
I really don't know. But it was good. I felt very positive.
That's fascinating.
And now you can't get rid of him. He's always
like
there.
a bad smell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there we go. So, that is super exciting because we have had messages asking have you been. It was my fault because the timeline, because I was saying
you said
about
it
a month
months
ago.
ago,
Yeah.
yeah.
And people said, have you been yet? Has she been yet? And she finally done it.
Done it now. That was that this time? Yes, I think it was this time last week, actually.
So when's the next one then?
I don't think you're supposed to do it too often.
Right.
I don't know. But Natalie and I did think possibly about going to a church where...
Oh, right, yes.
They don't specifically talk to you.
Now, Gemma mentioned the church, didn't she?
She did.
Church,
yes, she did. Yeah, I might do that.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's the first topic done. The second topic we've got is the weather's changing now. So the nights are getting lighter.
They are.
And you usually start around about this time of year in your garden.
I do. And I have had a look, but I'm finding it a little bit overwhelming at the moment. With my health not being as I would like it to be, there are days when I can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a good day, and that's because he said I'll be there at 9, and what time is it?
Well, that's how we do these videos. We don't we try to aim for a Wednesday filming, but it's a case of phoning on the day and saying, are we up to it?
Are you okay? Because you've got your things as well. So, we can't do it all the time. Which is good that we don't plan, really.
Yeah.
But I do want to go do the garden, but I think I'm going to have to limit this year what I do.
Get the kids in.
It's a good idea. But they'll...
What are you going to do first? Tidy it up first of all, is it?
Well... the garden, luckily enough, we have gardeners that come and actually cut the grass. Yeah. So they came last week. So it is looking tidier already. Just
much damage in the storm?
No. No damage. We've had tiles off. So there is going to be scaffolding going up to repair. So that might hinder things as well. And I think where it's going up is where I've put some nice hanging baskets. But again, on saying that, this is another reason why I don't have the enthusiasm that I normally do, apart from the health business. The lady on the end who loved her flowers, and which is why I started doing it more, she died.
All right, yeah.
So in one way I think, I should keep it going for her, but then on the other hand, I'm thinking, I don't have to as much. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same.
And when it's hard work, then it's less of a joy.
The thing is, as well, and I can do things. But when I went out in the garden for an hour or two, I come in and sleep for another hour or two because it just wears me out completely. I'm glad we're talking about this because I think some people think, because I am disabled. Am I registered disabled? I don't know if I'm registered. And people look at you and think, oh no, there's nothing wrong with her, she's alright. But you just don't know. You don't know what's going on with people when you don't see them. Hence me sleeping. And also what's going on in the mind, isn't it?
And you're on the first floor as well, aren't you?
So doing the garden.
Because you always say to me, it's not the work, it's the stairs, isn't it?
Yeah, very often, yes. Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, don't go down that route, please. I know what you like. But yes,
that was actually a quote from Elaine Stritch. Remember Elaine Stritch, Broadway legend? Yeah. That was her one line there. It's not the work, it's the stairs.
I should live on the bottom floor, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
No stairs there to worry about. If I go out in the garden, coming back up the stairs. Well, if I do go shopping, which isn't that often. Well, it is, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? I don't do a big shop. I can't carry it up the stairs.
Well, it's like, we did have a couple of messages. You enjoyed we did the shopping, went to Morrison's, Starbucks that day. We had a few messages through saying do more of those kind of videos, but obviously it's only when you're fit really to do them.
Yeah. So and that depends on, like we say, when you wake up in the morning, you just don't know how you're going to feel.
Yeah.
And you feel the same, don't you?
Yeah.
I know you're a lot younger than me.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting on surgery, so once that's done, I'm hoping that I'm cured.
Well, you should be.
Yeah.
You should be. I mean, you're only a youngster.
So the gardens are sort of...
It's the garden at the moment.
It's not forefront of your mind then?
No. There's plans-ish. I mustn't spend as much money as I did last year either, because I did spend a lot of money on the garden. And I don't know, it seems... not a waste, because it is lovely when the sun's out. You sit outside and have a look, and that's what I like for all the others here as well. Hopefully Dick, who lives on the end, whose wife died, hopefully he'll come out and sit as well. Although I must tell him his table's broken. One of the legs is bent off his table. I don't want him going out there and putting his coffee down and it falls
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, work in progress, depending on health.
Okay, next we've got a question from Jenny on Facebook. And Jenny says, you're ordering a takeaway, what's your go-to dish?
Oh! Now, this depends on where I go, obviously.
Yeah.
If I order Chinese, my go-to is usually sweet and sour chicken. Oh, I love sweet and sour chicken.
Don't like it?
The bowls. The battered bowls.
Don't like the sauce, no.
Oh, I love sweet and sour. I think it's my favourite. I think. Although I do like, my favourite always used to be chicken and cashew nuts.
Right.
Do you like that one?
Never tried it.
What do you have?
Well, I got a confession to make, because does Nando's count as a takeaway if you have Nando's?
If you take it away,
if you collect the Nando's, that counts as a takeaway. Okay,
yes.
So apart from Nando's, I haven't had a takeaway in 15 years.
No way.
Yeah. I haven't, no. Fish and chips, tell a lie. We do have fish and chips.
Yeah, well, yes.
Once in a blue moon.
So that would be your favourite then?
But I do like a Chinese and I do like an Indian tea.
What would you eat those Chinese then?
My order used to be crispy beef.
Right.
And I wasn't very good with the rest of it, knowing what to order really.
Right, because you hadn't tried it, so you didn't know if you'd like it.
Yeah, I didn't really know. And if I have an Indian, in terms of a jar from the supermarket, then it would be butter chicken or a korma.
Same as me. If I was ordering Indian, it's always a korma. Or, butter chicken. Oh, pasanda. Is pasanda a mild one?
Don't know.
Oh, I can't remember.
Hopeless, yeah. Although I did like, when I used to have takeaways, about 15 years ago, the takeaway used to go to the Indian, used to do peshwari naan bread.
Oh, I love peshwari.
And it was grated apple, sugar, cinnamon and coconut inside, and really thick.
The filling. One I get is only coconut.
Oh, this was delicious. You know, like
it's like a dessert.
Well, yeah, it was almost like a marzipan in the centre of it.
Oh, I don't like marzipan.
It wasn't almond though, but it was like the texture of a marzipan in the centre. Oh my gosh, that was delicious.
Had that. Was that from up your way?
Up the valleys, yeah. It's no longer open, that takeaway, but
never had that.
The best.
Never, ever.
Yeah.
Do you know, the nicest takeaway I've ever had was in Weymouth. There used to be a Chinese there. It wasn't actually in the main seaside strip, sort of round in a more residential area. And you'd think like sweet and sour chicken would be the same wherever you got it. Oh, it was so nice. It was the nicest ever. Plus, Weymouth, I'm not sure if it's still there, they had a baked potato shop where you could go in, choose a baked potato and then choose all your fillings. Oh. Well,
I used to love Spadulica.
Yeah, I used to like Spadulica.
But it's now, there's one in MacArthur Glen in Bridgend, and it's run owned now by, what's that chef?
Do you know?
No, the other one. James Martin. James Martin now owns it.
Whoa.
So it's Spadulica by James Martin.
No way.
The prices on a jack of potato. Oh my gosh.
But it tastes the same though.
Yeah, it's the same. Well, jack potato, isn't it?
Still in,
no, it's closed in Cardiff. And it wasn't cheap then, but it's even more expensive now. Yeah, so I tell you where we went the other day, to Wagamama. Now I have to eat low fat at the moment, so I've got to be careful on everything. So I look for the lowest fat item on the menu.
That must be hard though.
Well, it was chicken ramen, it was called, right? So it was noodles.
Ramen's a noodle, yeah.
With a bit of broth and chicken. Absolutely no taste at all to it. It was bland. And I was looking at the other stuff. I don't understand Wagamama.
No, I don't understand.
I don't get it.
No.
Everybody raves about it.
Yeah, no. I've been there.
Yeah.
And I think I had trouble choosing from the menu because it all looked like something I wouldn't want.
Well, there's a bit of dishwater and a couple of noodles in a bowl.
I could have made that for you.
Yeah,
much cheaper.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not cheap either. It's not cheap.
No. And you see queues.
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. It's very, very popular.
Did you go to that one by Mill Lane?
No, Brighton.
Sorry,
we went away to Brighton.
Right.
So yeah, went there and because we went to Harvester first of all because they do the chicken, Simply Chicken.
Yeah.
We went in, they had no chicken, so so we couldn't.
That's what Mark could choose anyway,
go there.
wasn't
Chicken,
it? He always had the
Simply Chicken. So yeah, so Wagamama wouldn't.
In Brighton, were there any takeaways or restaurants there that we don't know about, like different ones?
Not that I noticed. I know there's a Wendy's there, and because
that's American, isn't it?
Yeah, there's one in Swansea, isn't there?
Is there?
A Wendy's, yeah. Nothing else I can think of that stands out really. Yeah, so takeaways haven't really had a proper takeaway Chinese Indian in that sense.
Oh, bless you.
For a long time, and
see, I have it delivered now because things you can't you?
Yeah.
Delivered because obviously I can't get out to do it. So I've had KFC. They used to deliver McDonald's.
Oh yeah, because they deliver stuff like that, don't they? I don't think of that as delivery. See, I was thinking Chinese Indian comes delivered.
No. They used to deliver the McDonald's, but somehow that stopped. The people that delivered it, I think it was one delivery or something, they've gone. But KFC, Burger King. You can even order a Costa.
To be delivered?
You can have a Costa delivered. I know,
it's a bit luxurious, isn't it?
Yeah, but I suppose if you're stuck in...
Yeah.
Like, during the really bad part of the pandemic, when we were all in, and I suppose people would welcome
fancy a Costa coffee, Now, Costa Coffee are partnered with...
Marks and Spencer's.
Indeed, they have. So
That's amazing.
Well, I think it's very good because the sandwiches are never very good in Costa.
No.
And we all know an M&S sandwich is one of the best things you can get. Did you ever try the prawn cocktail? You know the prawn sandwich, which is their best seller, isn't it?
Was it?
Yeah. The prawn mayo sandwich is the best thing they do. They did the prawn sandwich, the best it was called, and they upgraded their.
Oh, were they bigger prawns?
Oh, it was incredible. There was a butter in there, and I forget what the flavour of the butter was, but it was amazing. They still do it.
I haven't seen.
Oh, it's about £4 for the sandwich, but
sometimes you don't mind paying.
No, not if it's really good. And
do you know the nicest sandwich I used to buy, and I don't know whether they do it now, was in Morrison's, and it was a seafood.
Yeah.
One seafood.
Right.
I don't know what it was called. Like seafood mayonnaise.
Was it like chopped crab sticks?
Yes. It was delicious.
Yeah. I do love a seafood cocktail.
Pardon?
A seafood cocktail. I love one of those. Yeah. Okay, so that was the takeaway. Do you fridge your takeaways? And have it the following morning?
Yeah, I have done. Yeah, sometimes Chinese especially tastes nicer the next day.
Yeah, they say that, don't they?
I don't put it in the fridge though.
You leave it out?
Yes.
Not your rice?
Well, you're not supposed to reheat rice anyway.
Oh, you're not?
So they say.
I never understand that. Because I always, when I cook rice, and if I have any leftover, I always throw it out because I'm scared because I don't really know the rules are about it. So.
Yeah, they said that, but I have.
Yeah.
I'm still here. Just about.
Well, talking about fridge, I got another topic now because I'm going to find this article. I had an email off Money Saving Expert, and it said how to save your food.
Oh,
yeah, food waste.
Oh right, I thought you were going to say electricity then, because that's.
Oh, we won't talk about that one. Oh my
it?
gosh! In April, it's 50% increase on all bills. It's shocking, and they've gone up already.
It's a huge inflation, isn't there? Because I'm on a pay as I go meters. I've been told to top up a lot prior to that. If you've got it.
Because then you've still got it in the tank.
Yeah.
Because there is debate about whether you should fix now or you should wait. Because there's rumours that the government could intervene in October, and if you fixed at the higher rate.
Oh, you're stuck.
So there's like.
Yeah. I don't know.
You're between a rock and a hard place, really. You know what to do.
Why? I don't understand why it's gone up so much.
Well, there's lots of global issues going on, isn't there, that sort of affecting...
Which we will discuss at a later time.
Okay, so it says here, it's a source of much debate, but the Waste and Resources Action Programme charity, which knows its onions when it comes to food waste, gives us advice about storing different foods to keep them fresh for as long as possible. What it says should go in the fridge. So these should go in the fridge.
Yeah.
Now, shock horror, eggs.
No, they said no.
I don't keep eggs in the fridge.
I used to, because you used to think, why does a fridge come with little egg bits if you're not supposed to keep your eggs in them? And they were saying, no, you don't put your eggs in the fridge. Well, I don't. I got a nice little box.
Yeah, mine don't go in the fridge either. So, he said put your eggs in the fridge, but kept in their box. So, the little egg holder in the fridge is redundant for that. So, oranges. I've never kept an orange in the fridge.
No, I haven't, but I can see that possibly being a thing.
They go in the fruit bowl.
Well, yeah.
Although I suppose a chilled orange does taste nice.
It would be nice, yeah.
And then it says most other fruit and vegetables.
Veg,
Now,
I do put veg in.
I won't put fruit in there.
I don't normally put fruit in, no. Sometimes I will put grapes in, because I do like them cold.
Yeah. But then you lose the flavour.
Do you think?
If you have a chilled fruit, it loses the flavour for when it's room temperature. It's like a good cheese, isn't it? You shouldn't serve a cheese straight out of the fridge.
Yeah. What about butter?
Good question, because my nan used to leave it out under a cloche.
In a thingy, yeah. I've always wondered about that. Because they say, oh, don't leave it out, it'll melt, it'll thingy. I know times have changed, but yeah, butter was always in a butter dish.
Yeah.
Kept out. Kept on the table, ready
in the centre
to
of the
use
table,
it,
with your ketchup and brown sauce.
Exactly.
Yeah. And your salt and pepper. And your vinegar. Okay.
And any other condiment you'd like to mention?
What it says shouldn't go in the fridge. Potatoes. I never put a potato in the fridge.
I have done.
Yeah? You shouldn't. Bananas. No, don't keep bananas in the fridge, that's right. Onions. Don't keep onions in the fridge.
Excuse me.
Oh, check. Who's that? That's exciting.
I don't know who it is, so I'm not answering. It might be HelloFresh that rang me already earlier once today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's HelloFresh talking about food that goes in the fridge.
Good timing.
So onions, no, keep them out of the fridge. I knew that. Did you know that?
I have kept them in.
Now here's a very interesting one, right? Because I said I don't keep fruit and vegetables in the fridge. But if I ever bought this one, I would keep it in the fridge. And they say you shouldn't keep it in the fridge. Pineapples. Now, I've started buying, on Tesco, they got an offer, 3 pineapple fingers, or 3 packs of pineapple fingers for the price of 2.
So they're ready prepared?
Yeah.
I definitely keep them
They
in the
go
fridge.
in the fridge, yeah, they go
Definitely,
in the fridge.
Yeah.
So does this apply to...
That must be a whole one.
Must be. But I put a whole pineapple in the fridge, because a pineapple is something that I do want chilled.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's refreshing. So, and then finally, you shouldn't put your bread in the fridge.
See, my mum always kept her bread in the fridge.
Really?
Always, yeah. I don't. I've got bread in the freezer, obviously.
Yeah.
To keep it.
Yeah.
Going.
Which it doesn't taste the same though, does it?
No,
and
it does.
I put, sometimes if you run out of bread, get the bread at the freezer and put it in the toaster and make toast.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
it's
yes.
not the same though.
Yeah,
it doesn't taste as good as a fresh loaf.
Yes, Mum always had bread. She used to have a special little box to put her bread in the fridge.
Well, now you know. Don't put your bread in the fridge.
I can feel a song coming on. Don't put your bread in the fridge, Mrs. Jones.
So, is there anything else you want to say about using your fridge?
No, but I will say I do need another freezer.
Or a chest freezer?
Yeah, I'd like a chest freezer. Talking about bread, when you see an offer on, and like you say, it's not as the same, but it's usually only toast I have.
Yeah.
Anyway, but if I can buy it all up and keep it in the fridge and butter, and
it's there in the freezer.
I bought yesterday. No, I love Lurpak.
Yeah.
And when my family asks me if I want anything out, they always moan if I say, "Could you get me some Lurpak?" Because it costs so much.
Yeah.
Although saying that, Hayley's now turned over to Lurpak.
Is she really? After all the criticism Hayley give Kay?
Yeah. Once you start, you don't go back, I think.
Yeah.
And they were in B&M Foods, reduced to 75p. Date's nearly up.
But if you freeze
Does it go off? I can't see butter going off at all.
If you freeze it, because they say, as long as you freeze it
before the date, yeah. So I got a couple in the freezer. I would have bought more if I had a big freezer.
Yeah.
Just speculate to accumulate, they say, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. So, yes, that's all I'd like to say about the fridge. Thank you.
I have trouble with my fridge, because you put your veg packs in there. So if you buy prepared veg and things, if it hits the back of the fridge, it freezes.
Oh, it gets stuck.
It's too cold, yeah. And you turn it down and it's not on cold enough.
I've had that with yoghurt boxes sticking to the back.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I got a frog.
Grab it.
It's better, I think.
Right. Okay. So we've done with what you store in the fridge. Some controversial ones there.
Yeah.
Definitely eggs. Eggs don't go in the fridge.
Let us know what you feel about that. And if there's some things that you would never keep in the fridge, or some things you always do keep in the fridge.
Do you know in America, when we've been to the States and we've done South catering, that your eggs are white. They were all white eggs up there.
You've told me this before, I think. That's amazing.
We have brown eggs because marketing. In the 60s and 70s, they associated a white egg with freshness and clean. So it was just a marketing thing.
I like a brown egg.
And it's stuck on. And we
don't see them as much now.
We associate brown eggs with farm, rich,
fresh.
goodness, fresh, yeah. So
you don't see them as much now, I don't think.
Well, white eggs.
Brown.
Brown eggs. Tell you don't.
Real brown.
Oh, the brown eggs, the chestnut brown, yeah. Tell you don't see so much. You used to be able to buy double yolkers, remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. I used to love buying double
yolkers.
Then
it was a shock to have one, wasn't it? You didn't know you would have it.
If they weren't labelled as double yolkers.
Yeah.
But they've spoiled that now because they put the eggs in a machine to see.
Oh, so they know.
And they remove the double yolkers out of the pack.
Oh, there's no surprises left in the world.
But that's like a Kit Kat. Do you remember in the olden days, you have a Kit Kat, 2-finger, and you used to pray that you was one with a big block of chocolate on the end.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that had missed the way for a bit. Oh, yeah.
And that's gone now. You never find one now. Have you ever found one recent years?
No. Well, they probably chopped that bit off because it's so much smaller.
Well, yeah, that's true. But yeah, I used to love that. That was the best bit about a Kit Kat.
Yes,
hoping you had the one.
bit that didn't have that wafer inside. Yes, that was a nice chocolate.
Yeah, it
probably
was.
not anymore.
I wanted Kit Kat for a long time. I wanted Kit Kat for a long time.
But you know what? Sorry, rant.
Go on.
They're all orange or salted caramel or this and that. It's peanut butter.
Stick
They're
to a
not
Kit Kat.
proper. Yeah, they're not. I love peanut butter. Don't get me wrong, but everything in its place.
Yeah. If you're gonna have a Kit Kat, have a Kit Kat.
Have a Kit Kat. What was that? The advert.
I don't know, but some famous person said, if you're gonna get a dog. As in, someone had a little small dog.
Yeah.
And they said, if you're going to get a dog, get a dog. I can't remember if it was some singer. It might have been Elaine Stritch again.
Oh.
I don't know, it would have been Elaine Stritch day today.
Yeah. Is she alive?
No.
Oh, there
she passed away recently. Well, say recently, a year or two ago.
You're channeling her.
There's a really good documentary about her, actually. Where would you find that? On one of the streaming networks.
Mm-hmm. There's so many.
Yeah.
And do you know what? They keep advertising things, and I think, oh, that looks good, and then it's on Magpie.
Or
BritBox or something else, which I haven't got.
Talking about TV, I've been quite disappointed, but I'm going to stick with it. Joe versus Carole.
Oh, I haven't watched that yet. I haven't.
I'm into the second episode.
Is that Netflix?
Sky. It's on Sky. Well, it's on Peacock.
Peacock, that's another one.
But it's on Sky though, so we downloaded it on Sky. I don't know what Peacock
I don't have all the Sky channels, so I might not be able to get that.
Have a look. Joe versus Carole.
Yeah.
It's good. It follows the story like you know it.
Like
but
Carole.
I think the problem is we know the story from the documentary. I watched that intently. Let me tell you.
We know his side's more.
So I don't. It's a drama and it's okay. I'm hoping it gets better.
If you don't know what we're talking about, this is Exotic Joe and Carole Baskin, which we were absolutely obsessed with.
Tiger King. I love
the beginning of lockdown, wasn't it? Absolutely obsessed.
Now, tell us, if you've seen Tiger King, which fence do you sit on? Which side of it? With Joe or with Carole? Because I've got a soft spot for Joe. I really have.
I'm Joe. I'm definitely Joe.
I really have.
I'm with Joe.
But I don't, condone the things he did.
No.
He did do some things to animals. That's obvious and the evidence is there.
But then we're still not quite sure of his reasoning for doing those things.
Yeah.
She seems evil. I know that's an awful thing to say because I don't know her.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, I don't like her. And I think he's been a scapegoat.
Now, see, I do like Carole. I think she's a good businesswoman. I do side somewhat with Joe's argument about she is doing pretty much the same as what the other ones are doing, but then to the guise of being a woman and doing it for charity and nice things.
Yes.
When actually there's elements in her business model that match up with what Joe was doing. Yeah. I really do believe that.
He's such a character though.
He is. But they've shown clips of him in his early days. He's totally different. He's really mild and kind of
very different.
Calm.
He didn't have
a switch went off. His
family life wasn't what we possibly call normal, was it?
I don't think so. No. No.
And that's what we say. We're all who we are because of something that's happened. But I liked him. Although I don't think he should have got married so many times.
Oh, he was crazy. Absolutely. He wasn't playing along with what everyone classes as mainstream, was he?
He wasn't. No, he was way off the road. Yeah.
But it was well. I could watch it again. I could actually sit and watch that documentary again.
Yeah.
It was fascinating. And it reminded me of. Do you remember the old documentaries of Louis Theroux when he used to go to America and go out and find?
Oh, he got into scrapes.
Yeah. And it reminded me kind of. We've seen a bit here of a bit of America that you wouldn't normally see.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't actually believe exists.
But then when you started watching that, it was really hard to believe how many ordinary people, were allowed to keep wildlife like that. And then they actually said about this country as well, didn't they? That there were wild animals being kept as pets.
There's a follow-up documentary on Netflix to I've forgotten his name. One of the other characters in the show.
Oh yes, yeah.
Doc.
Yes, I didn't like that.
And that is sinister.
I didn't like
that. That is a scary watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, not nice.
He's not nice,
at all.
No.
It's
although he didn't come across like that, I thought before. Seeing it about him on his own, you could see it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't nice.
So it wasn't nice, no. So you didn't. But then you have to take these documentaries with pinches of salt at times because
actually, was it Louis Theroux that did? No.
Louis Theroux actually met.
He did it. Yes.
The Tiger King.
Yes.
Before the Tiger King documentary.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's 2015.
Because they showed that one as well, didn't they?
Yeah, that was good as well. That was good. And again, he did come across as milder in that.
Yeah.
But I had the sense he was just trying to protect what he was trying to build, really.
I feel so.
Yeah.
I think it was probably because of the documentaries that he became a celebrity in his own
went to his head
and,
and he's all powerful and yeah, you got to be careful. He didn't keep those feet firmly on the ground, did he?
No, he did not, no.
But fascinating nonetheless. But this new TV series, it's okay, but I'm hoping it gets better because as time goes on it will get more interesting. Because,
so this is a drama about them, yeah? And
yeah.
People playing them.
Yeah. And they do play them very well, you can recognise the characters. And
for Peter's 40th birthday, he was going to have a party and everyone was going to dress up as Tiger King.
Yeah.
I did have my costume.
Yeah.
I was going to be Carole Baskin.
We had a pandemic though.
I know, we couldn't do it. I've still got the costume, so I made the skirt and everything. Out of leopards. No, not real leopards.
Okay. This is where Kay's going to take a photograph later and I'm going to insert the photograph
there is
now.
There is a photo.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Here it comes. Whoop.
Oh dear.
So, one more. Oh, I didn't put the name. Right, we've been asked another question, but I haven't put down who asked the question. So sorry if this was you. Just give us a like or comment and say it was you who asked the question. Who is your favourite singer and why? Good question.
I have lots of favourites. The one that immediately comes to mind is David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
I always loved David, and sometimes you think I still love him now, but sometimes you think, is it because of that time that you listen to this record? It takes you back to that place.
You can instantly
and time.
think of
Yes, like Life on Mars. It immediately takes me back to the nap and stuff. But I love David Bowie. I was so sad when he died. He's the one. One big regret in life that I never saw him play live. Never ever. I do have a little dedicated corner over there to David Bowie, which isn't finished yet.
Oh, can I go and get that book?
Yeah.
Keep talking.
This is a beautiful book. These books about little people, I think they're called Little People, aren't they? They're Little People books.
Little People, Big Dreams.
And they're all about mainly alternative people and old schools. If you're listening to me out there, schools, all schools should have these books.
It says here, discover the lives of outstanding people, from designers and artists to scientists. All of them achieved incredible things, yet each began life as a child with a dream. Oh, nice.
And that inspires children now who have dreams.
Yeah.
And they think, you'll never do that, you'll never do that. But you look at these. In this series, is there pictures in the back?
Well, there's actually photographs in here, it says.
Yeah,
there's photographs of David Bowie there.
I love him. In the back, it shows you all the others that you
right,
get.
okay. So we got Aretha Franklin.
Oh, yeah, there's some
with
there as well,
loads.
look.
Coco Chanel.
I bought Coco Chanel for Bella.
Frida Kahlo is everywhere.
She is, yeah. She is.
But I'd never heard of her until 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart.
I got that one.
Christie. Marie Curie, Rosa Parks, David Bowie, Mahatma Gandhi, Jane Goodall, Mother Teresa.
There's some I don't even know. Hayley's got one in the shop, but I haven't got
Wilma Rudolph, Dolly Parton. Oh, that's a good one.
Muhammad Ali. See, kids reading these, they can see, I could do that.
Yeah, and what I like about them, there's lots of them who are a little bit different. As in, they're all children who might not have fitted in terms of the norm.
Well, look at this. What's her name? Rosa Parks. That's a big story, isn't it? For American civil rights and things.
You've got Elton John here. David Bowie is an example of that, isn't it? Greta Thunberg, Bob Dylan.
Is that
Rudolph Nureyev?
Mother Teresa?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the Rudolph Nureyev one.
It's a ballet dancer, isn't it?
Yeah, for boys who aspire to be a ballet dancer.
Yeah.
What a fabulous book.
RuPaul, Andy Warhol, Stevie Wonder, Captain Tom Moore. There's loads. That's nice. That's really nice.
I love these.
Okay, so David Bowie's your favourite singer.
Yes, although I'd say close behind Rod Stewart.
Right. Yeah.
And then Whitney Houston. You know, go from men to women. Whitney. I love Whitney songs.
And it's because you got that recollection they provide.
Yeah.
The soundtrack to your life, then. In a way, yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm trying to think of who I've seen live. Oh, I saw Prince. Now Prince was never. He's not a favourite of mine. I like some of his songs. Yeah. But I was never a fanatic. But my niece Laura.
Yes.
Is the biggest fan. Biggest. And we did go to London to see him in the O2, and it was good, really good. So I'm glad to say I saw him before he passed away. Mm-hmm. But still in my mind, I wish I'd seen David Bowie. Mm. Do you know what I'd like to have been at? The Live Aid concert.
Oh yeah. 84?
I'm not sure. Was it something like something like that, wasn't it? With all of those groups singing, amazing. I'd have liked to have done the two. I'd have gone in the plane. Who did the plane? Was that Phil Collins?
I don't know.
He went from one to the other.
Yeah.
And performed in both.
Good gosh.
I would have liked to have done that gone with him, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Well, my favourite singer would be Dorothy Squires.
See, such an old head on a young body.
I know, but what an amazing singer. I'm not so fussed on her younger days in terms of her voice then, although I do like listening to the songs when she started out. Yeah. But I love her later voice. She has depth to it and a gravel to it. And I don't know, there's something about... she was the ultimate diva, let's not get that wrong.
Of her time, yeah.
She was a complete diva. And you can hear that in the music and the songs. But underneath that, there's this vulnerability. And you can hear it. You listen to one of her tracks, especially after Roger Moore left her. You listen to her, the way she sings. There's a tremble in there that is... It just underlies every song she sings. And yeah, it's just... She's an amazing singer, an amazing story, you know. Talk about rags to riches to rags. Yeah. Yeah, because she became a singer. She moved to London from Wales. Born in a caravan. Moved up to London, got gigs singing in little venues. Then became a professional singer. And of course she then met Roger Moore. And the interesting story about Roger Moore, she used to hold these parties in her house, right? And she had a really big house. And one of her friends says, we're going to invite round Roger Moore. And she said, famously, who's Roger Moore? That's what she said it. And he was a knitwear model for catalogues. Yes. Yeah. So he came round and the party was going on and he was in the kitchen having a cup of tea or a coffee. And she asked him why he wasn't drinking and she called him a bore. You know, what a bore he was. And
how old would he have been then?
Oh, I can't. He was young. He was quite young. Yeah. And next thing he knows, he picked it up, and up the stairs they went.
Oh my gosh!
And they were together then.
No bore then.
No, not a bore at all. And then they got married, and of course he wanted to pursue a career in acting. Mm-hmm. So as the story goes, she sort of gave up some of her career to go to America to help him become big. He became big. Met an Italian woman on set in one of his films, and carried on with her and left Dorothy at the end of it, really. And you look at the interviews with her and she was completely devoted, totally in love with him and was completely devastated. And of course the devastation was made worse for her because he was in the public eye. Yeah. You know, it was being seen all the time. And back in those days the press was very different. Yeah. Celebrities used to sit on a Saturday night nervous because the Sunday papers came out and it was sensationalised, wasn't it? And she went through troubles with the BBC and, you know, with the papers, and she got into lots of trouble. Some of it caused by her, I'm not saying, but a lot of it was from outside. And
did she meet anyone else?
Not really. She did have a relationship with, I can't remember his name. Oh dear. She started writing a musical. Oh gosh, and the man she wrote it with, he was famous. Come on. No, it's gone. I'll find out. I'll put it in. Insert a little name there when I remember.
The light bulb.
Yeah, but no, and she started sort of suing. You know, if people like one presenter called was interviewing Roger Moore and called his Italian girlfriend, his wife.
Oh, right.
But Dorothy Squires hadn't allowed a divorce to take place.
Oh.
So she was still married to him, so she sued them, and things like, silly things were grating on her. Little things were building up. So, and she was winning some court cases, and winning those court cases, which some, rightly, she rightly won. She became confident. She was always in the courts then. And eventually one judge ruled, look, you're coming too often to these courts, you can't come to the courts anymore.
Was she just a singer? I don't mean just a singer.
She did appear she did one film, yeah. A Star Is Born. No, well, not A Star Is Born. It might have been. I can't remember.
It wouldn't surprise me because there's been so many remakes of A Star Is Born.
It's gone. It's not A Star Is Born, but I'll remember that. I'll insert that as well. But yeah, so she lost a lot of money, basically, and then she had a house fire, house flooded, and then the story goes that she lost a lot of money. Had no money left, and the bailiffs came in the middle of the night, and she had to escape the house with 5 fur coats, and she was living in someone's settee, and she had a phone call, and typical of Dorothy, she answered the call and said, hello, this is Dorothy's secretary, and this lady from the Rhondda said, this isn't Dorothy's secretary, it's Dorothy, and she said, oh, go on then, she said, I got a house spare up in the valleys, do you want to come and live in it? And she lived in the valleys then.
Has there been a film or anything written about it?
No. There's a couple of books out.
All right.
But yeah, and so she basically lived sort of.
Did she live out her life there then?
They say a pauper's life, but she did have some money.
Well, she would have.
She did have some money. But yeah, she was recluse because she couldn't face going out because she'd been this massive star and had fallen flat and down.
That proves to you what a partner, male or female, can do. The split, of a marriage, what effect it can have on someone. And someone in the limelight like that is played out for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fascinating. I've always been fascinated by her story, fascinated by her, but it's her voice. That's what I think. I first discovered her because she's from, she lived in the valleys and we used to pass the house where she was living.
Right, yeah.
So I became interested then, but just hearing the music, I got loads of her vinyls and the CDs, and never saw her live. Would have loved to have seen her live because she was what you call a rough diamond. She would F and blind.
I bet she'd be lovely. Oh, but she'd be lovely in an after party, wouldn't she?
Oh yes, yeah.
After show party.
And she'd drink under the table. So Dorothy Squires. She's my favourite singer.
So yeah, Dorothy Squires, David Bowie.
Good one. Well, I think that pretty much sums up today's show.
I will show you something in a minute.
It was a very eclectic show today.
Talk about music and that. When I was growing up, we were a very musical family. My dad used to perform for people. Well, actually, he did sing, but he used to make my brother perform for people, singing "Pennies from Heaven," and they'd throw pennies at him. Yeah. Obviously, there's the big pennies now, not the 1p's. Not at him. That would hurt him. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
In fact, then later on, my brother had a group. When I used to go home from school, I could hear them at the bottom of the road practicing in the front room. It was lovely. But every Sunday night, can you get that for me? The one on the wall.
Oh, the framed one.
Yes. Every Sunday night, we used to have a switch on the window, which was for the radio, and it was white. I can remember it. So radio, I think maybe 6 o'clock every Sunday. This would come on. Sing Something Simple. So it was like a collection of songs. It's the Adams singers, and they used to sing all these, everybody's big songs. And there used to be a mass exodus from the living room because my brother would go, oh no, my sister would go, oh no. Yeah. And I would either listen to be with my dad or follow them to be the same as my big brother and sister. But yeah, Sing Something Simple. Now I found this in a charity shop. It was only 49p. And obviously this particular one doesn't mean anything to me, but...
Well, they didn't stick that sticker on there.
Yeah.
Oh, how silly.
I know, that's why I haven't ripped it off. There's also, that's where it came from.
Oh.
Maybe that was a shop, I don't know. But let's see if we know any... Look, Barney Google.
Nope.
Ball in the Jack.
Nope.
£11 of Heaven.
No.
Back in Your Own Backyard.
No.
In a Little Spanish Town.
No.
Guilty. No. Ukulele Lady. Why did I leave my little back room? Oh, I like that song. Why did I leave my little back room? That's not it, but it sounds good. They Didn't Believe Me. The Sunshine of Your Smile. No, I think that was probably... You are the sunshine of my... Oh no, am I making that up?
I don't know.
That's the only one that looks.
What year is this?
I don't know, but it was 3 shillings.
Yeah.
So we're pre-71. Meet Me Tonight in Dreamland. Oh, Pretty Baby, When You and I Something, and I Found $1 Million Baby.
Do you know, thinking about singing something simple, nothing better than going to a pub and they have a sing-song in the pub.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, isn't that the best?
Yeah.
I remember we used to sing, when I was living up in the valley still, we used to go to the Mardy Hotel, right?
Yeah.
And on a Friday night, around about 9 o'clock, one of the men would bring out the guitar.
Yeah.
And we'd all start singing. The one song I do remember is Pearl's a Singer.
Oh,
you just sing that, yeah. Just sing that. And the other one was, which I didn't know the words to this one, but I used to love listening to it. At the Penny Arcade. What's that one? And music played.
Oh.
At the Penny Arcade.
Yes. That might come to us.
That'll come. I used to like the singing that one. And then they used to sing some sort of Mardy songs then.
Rugby songs.
Yeah. Mardy, it's the place for me.
Oh,
that kind of song, yeah.
But the theme tune for this was sing something simple, let cares go by.
Yeah, I was on the radio, was it?
Yeah, on the radio. But yeah, just because we were talking about music, this caught my eye over there. Yeah, sing something simple. I don't know where my mum was during this, but I remember this was Dad's thing. Of course, I lost my dad when I was 6, so we're pre-6 year for me, and so that's probably why this means so much to me as well. Yeah. Yes. Well. Music.
There we go. If you enjoyed this show, my name is Peter.
I'm Kay.
If you didn't enjoy this show, my name is Fanny Craddock.
And I'm Johnny.
Hey! Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye bye.